Challenge series.
I think it needs to come back, and apparently so do you guys. I put this question out on my community tab. I got you guys to send a bunch of suggestions for what you want to see in live service. I got a lot of suggestions back, so much that I can't honestly fit them into one video. I'm also going to be getting you guys involved in this series, so make sure you go ahead and stick to the end. I'm going to explain all of that towards the end of the video. Now we're actually going to go ahead and talk about the challenge series. As you guys already know, the challenge series was pretty key to the black box Need for Speed games. Most Wanted 2005, Carbon, The Run, Undercover all had challenge series, and it was a really fun mode. I've actually done like let's plays of those challenge series on the channel, kind of still doing an Undercover one, but we're not going to talk about that. Let's go ahead and talk about how I would like it to be structured in Heats, because I honestly think there is a place for a challenge series mode, and I don't think it would really be that hard to implement, because naturally it's quite an easy thing to do. So I think the format of this mode should stay the same. There's a bunch of modes, obviously, like sprint races, circuit races. Maybe there's 70 races. It gets progressively harder, and maybe you get a bronze, silver, and gold rank for each. Every single event has some preset restrictions, whether that's the car you can use, the time you can use, but I think this time round they need to be a little bit less strict on what you can actually use in the challenge series. Now, I do think for certain events it should be car limited. They should give you the car, you know, to do it in whatever, but I think for some of them you should also be able to bring a car to the event, but there should be restrictions on what car you can bring to the event. So maybe event 72 is a sprint race. The event restrictions for that event are it has to be a muscle car that you're using, and it has to be a drift build. I just think that would make it a little bit more interesting. I think if you copied and paste the, you know, Most Wanted 2005 or Carbon one, it just wouldn't be as fun. I think if you spiced it up, so if you added like drift cars into sprint races, I think those types of things could kind of twist it up a bit, and it could make it really interesting if you're going for an all gold playthrough of the challenge series. Prizes and rewards need to be a thing if you complete the challenge series on, you know, all bronze and all silver and all gold. Like, there should be progressively higher like rewards for as you go up, and then maybe if you unlock the platinum one, which is the highest end one, you get like some stupid NFS edition car, maybe the Samantha's, you know, Kitten Civic, or the BRZ from Need for Speed 2015. Both of those cars are really cool, but you get my drift. You can understand what I'm saying. If I did a challenge series in 2019, I would want it to be online as well as single player. This game has a very big focus around crews, so naturally if you could take this online and have it as a crew mode as well, I think that would be awesome. Not only would it be awesome for crews, but it would be awesome for autolog. It would be kind of similar to Horizon 4's Rivals in that case, but it has a bit more versatility because you get rewards from it, and you know, it's a little bit more replayability, as where Rivals you don't really get much from it, as where this mode, it's a proper challenge mode. Honestly, I hadn't really thought about this. Like with Payback in 2015, challenge series, I didn't really pop into my mind, but this time round, I honestly would love to see it. So yeah, that's just me spouting ideas. I haven't made any bullet points. I've just been going off what I've been thinking off the top of my head. But yeah, add it. That needs to be done. Challenge series in live service. I can't imagine adding a bunch of events and like restrictions, basically just setting up events. I can't imagine from a development perspective that would be awfully hard, and especially if you gave that to us, you know, in the first or second content update. I imagine the first content update has already been decided by now, but if you add it early on, I can see that being one that, you know, could tide us over to a later update, say PvP. So challenge series, I want to see it. I'm going to stop rambling now, and I'm going to move on to New Game Plus. So New Game Plus is something which we've seen in many other games. I'm not going to list them, there's so many, but yeah, New Game Plus I think needs to be a thing relatively fast after launch. Need for Speed games, especially Ghost ones, they've had track records of not being able to restart the game, at least the story anyway, after you've finished it. Now with games like Payback, makes no sense because that game was quite literally only about the story. But you get what I'm saying. I think it should be a great way for you to go ahead and replay through the story without losing all your cars and your progression, because especially when this game is trying to kind of promote end game content with cars like the FXXK, like the hero cars, it would just make more sense to have a New Game Plus where you can go through the story again, play it through, and maybe you get a reward for doing that as well, just like a little license plate or a multiplayer emblem, something across those lines. That's what I want to see. I think it's one of those things, especially like nowadays, it just needs to be a thing. Like, you can't have this story which people have spent time writing, and you know, there's certain Easter eggs which people are only going to see once if they complete it. give us a new game plus, maybe a prestige type mode, you know, that we can play the game on extra hard if we play through it once, and then if we play through it again, we unlock an extra hard difficulty as well as new game plus. That would be awesome and something that I really want to see. Maybe you unlock challenge series when you first complete the game through first time or whatever, and then you also unlock new game plus, and you also unlock, like, you know, a prestige mode. Imagine how you would feel as a player seeing those pop-up prompts come as you finish the game. To me, I would be overwhelmed with content at that point. If it just comes up with the credits, you kind of sit there and you kind of like, what is there to do? Because multiplayer is going to be so bare bones, because they've only basically got online free roam, it's one of those things. If it just came up with a bunch of prompts saying this, this, and this, I think that would be a better way of kind of letting us come down a little bit easier, if you kind of catch my drift. Boom, 2 things I think need to be in Need for Speed Heat at some point. Obviously, I imagine they already have Live Service 1, you know, the update, probably already planned. Probably same with Live Service 2, they probably got it drawn out, but they haven't actually done it yet. These are things that I want to see. Please add them. And that pretty much rounds it up for this video. Now, what I'm going to do before we go ahead and end this video, as I said at the start, is I'm going to explain how you guys can get involved in this series. So I'm going to leave a little poll down in the comments. It's going to be the pinned comment. I want you guys to vote on what you want to see in the next video. Like I said, you guys left a ton of suggestions, and I basically want you guys to vote. Let me know what you want to see, and the thing that you vote for the most will be the thing that I do in the next video. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit the like, subscribe. A lot more Need for Speed Heat content coming straight to you guys, so make sure to go ahead and stay tuned. Stuff that you can't see anywhere else. So that's been it for me today. If you guys enjoyed, if you did, hit the like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. You guys have been awesome. Stay safe and peace.